3 years ago, I started this company with no experience whatsoever, but I was determined to make it work. I threw myself into the deep end, not knowing what I was in for, but I was ready to grow and learn. And oh boy, this journey was a difficult one. There were days I would hide in my car and cry, wondering if I'm ever cut out for this entrepreneurship thing. There were times that I thought that probably entrepreneurs has some secret formula that I didn't know about. But over the years, I learned that there was no secret, just some brutally honest truth that we have to learn. And today, I want to share those lessons with you. When I first started, I had so many doubts. All the what ifs. What if things don't work out? What if I can't make money out of this? What if I'm just not made for this whole thing? I was under a lot of pressure and I was constantly distracted, grabbing every opportunity that I can find to make some extra money instead of focusing on my business. Until one day, I had a coffee with a very successful friend and I asked him when he knew that he was ready to start his business. And he said this to me: he was never ready. He just learned to work with that uncertainty, and that's when I learned that I too will probably never be certain of my future and the outcome of my business. So instead of spending time worrying, I should be focusing on what I can do to influence the outcome of my business. Yep, you will get rejected a lot. You've probably gotten rejected at work before, but this time it's gonna feel different because it's your idea, your baby, so it's gonna be much more personal. And I'm not talking about rejection just from customer or people that you want to sell to, but sometimes this rejection could come from people that you trust the most. It may not be outright rejection or calling your ideas stupid right in front of you, but for me, I've experienced friends making fun of me behind my back, ex-colleagues making bets whether will I fail this venture or not, and the usual online keyboard warriors who leave nasty comments on my video. Well, chances are they have no ill intention, but they were just trying to have fun. However, for someone like me who has risked everything to pursue a business, it is actually very discouraging. It is very humiliating and it caused a lot of self-doubt. So, here's what I learned. You cannot please everyone. You can't control what people think or what people say, but you can choose who you surround yourself with. So I choose to surround myself with people who lift me up, not people who put me down. And over time, I learned to turn these painful experiences into motivation to work harder to prove them wrong. Remember I said that you'll get rejected by people? Well, the good news is, they will come back to you once you're more successful. But you can't help wondering, are they actually genuine? Well, on the other hand, when you're a little more successful as well, there are also people who will start approaching you, offering to help you in your business and promising to take your business to the next level. Well, out of these people, there are those who are genuine, where a good friendship can develop from it. But there are also those who are wolves in sheep's clothing. Trust me, we've seen them before. Ultimately, trust issue could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing as well. But one thing for sure, it helps you to practice discernment in picking friends. Nonetheless, this is what I think. It's gonna be a struggle, but we have to learn to stay sincere in an insincere world. When I first started Mr. Money TV, my wife had just given birth. I remember those days I used to work such long hours and most of the time I would only come home at about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I barely have dinner with them and I barely see them because by the time I'm back, they are already asleep. Even when I'm there with them, I struggle to stay present. Because the truth is this, when you start a business, your mind is just working 24/7, constantly crippled with fear and anxiety. And when you're not worrying, you're spending your time thinking about strategies, management, and how to grow your business. Because at the end of the day, it's your business, and to your staff, it's their rice bowl. Being an entrepreneur can be really a scary journey. You're not just responsible for yourself, but also the livelihood of other people, such as your partners and your employees. this can be a huge burden on your shoulder. And this journey so often feels like it's a very lonely one. You see, there's not many people that you can talk to, and not many people will understand as well. On top of that, there's this constant fear of unknown that could consume you and make you feel depressed. So, if you're struggling with mental health, I'm here to tell you that it's okay. It's okay to feel that you're weak. It's okay to feel that you're not perfect. And it's okay to make mistakes. After all, entrepreneurs are just man, not God. So if you need help, it's okay to ask for it. Here, I'm not talking about being good with people as in being friendly. I'm talking about the ability to work with people, the ability to communicate, the ability to influence, the ability to lead, the ability to delegate, and even manage conflict. You see, great ideas will need a great team. Ultimately, your brilliant idea is worth nothing if there's no team to help you to execute them. So ultimately, the success of an entrepreneur greatly depends on their ability to work with people. And by far, this is the toughest lesson for me. So what can we do? Personally, I recommend you to read a lot of books and learn from others. This will help you to save a lot of trouble by learning from people's experience. Here are some books that I recommend you to read. Good to Great by Jim Collins, 5 Levels of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, and also the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. We have heard of many overnight successes, such as Bruno Mars and Blackpink. But when you look closely behind this overnight success, it's years of effort and sacrifice. They had to choose to practice instead of going out with their friends. They had to choose to pursue a music career instead of a more promising one like lawyers or doctor. They even had to change their lifestyle, their eating habit, just to stay in the best shape to give you the best performance. You see, there's a price to pay for success. And this price comes in the form of the willingness to work hard and to sacrifice and to push through failures. And even then, success may not come as quickly as you would like it to. So, entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. It doesn't require you to be the smartest person in the room, but it does require you to have a certain level of mental tenacity. The good news is, all this can be learned. I always remember this saying, a leader is not born. It's a skill set that can be learned. So if you're wondering you're not made for it, don't bother, no one is. Those who are made for it actually took years to perfect their skill. So ask yourself if you're willing to put in the work. Lastly, share with us what are the other brutal lessons or experience that you've learned in your own journey so far. And if you think that this video has been helpful to you, do help us by hitting the like button and turn on the notification. It takes us a lot of effort to make this video, and your little action of liking it or leaving a comment help us keep going. I'll see you next week. Oh, that's why on the 24th of February, we are organizing our first ever business conference where we have a lineup of seasoned entrepreneurs such as Dato Henry, who founded Macro Kiosk, Lenice, who founded Droppy. These are people who built real successful ventures, and you can get to learn from them directly and figure out how you can grow your business as well. So come and join us on the 24th of February. Find out more information by clicking the link in the description below.